All right, everybody, what is going on? Patrick Carr here with my good friend David. No other than, man, good to see you, buddy.
How are you?
A little bit of a different location. I know we've done stuff remotely here, but we're here for JP's Tough Takes, man. David, we are talking today about what is your business actually worth? A question that I think a lot of business owners ask themselves.
Patrick, by the way, good to see you. We were thinking of topics for this latest blog entry. And as always, my team and I, we had maybe 4 or 5 topics that we were thinking about coming up with. And the reason why, what is your business worth, just like stuck to us in a hard way is because all the contractors we talk to, no one even knows how to even approach the question. They don't know how to approach the question. They could guess. They don't understand all the variables that are part of the equation. And they wouldn't know how to groom themselves or their company. And not only that, but they're probably years late in doing so. And so I think it's super timely. I think every single contractor in America needs to get on the bandwagon of preparing their business, not only for profitability, but preparing their business for eventual sale to another owner. That's how you create a strong business. That's how you'll create a business that operates itself, as opposed to you being a slave to your own business. And so that's why we came up with this subject.
Well, I think we're in a great place in order to do that. We're here in West Palm Beach right now.
Yes,
and the reason I say that is because surrounding us right now is a lot of money, a lot of people that have been entrepreneurs that have been able to scale their business and step away and still be able to generate income. My first question for you has got to be this. When you get into business, do you believe you should have an exit strategy for that sale as you exit the business?
So that's funny because the answer is no. When you get into business, you need to concentrate 100% of your energy and effort on serving your customer and defining the best product or service. And that takes a few years. So you might have a framework that's sales-friendly framework when you're starting the business, but I would hardly expect anyone who wants to be successful to think about selling a business as they're going to build a business. Do you want to build an amazing business within a sales-friendly framework? Yes, but you don't start a business thinking, I'm going to sell it for X, Y, Z at some point, because that takes away from the spirit of serving the business to get it to that point. That's it. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel.
It does make sense. And, as I think about it, though, when you go into business, obviously what you want to do is you want to generate a profit to make your business more attractive to somebody else if you're going to sell that business. Can we talk then a little bit about, as an owner, what you can do to make your business more attractive, what you can do to make it more profitable as you look to sell something like this?
Absolutely. So I think step number 1 is to separate yourself from the business. Okay, that's like step number 1. And you have to do that in ways that are not part of a cash flow statement, not part of an income statement or a P&L, not part of a balance sheet. It's a personal detachment. It's understanding that you are not only the owner, but an employee, that you deserve the respect that your business has to do in order to pay you what you deserve, to ensure your employees. So treating yourself as a separate entity is probably step number 1,
It's step number 1, but I think we can agree that that's most of the time not what happens in a business as they look for that, because a business owner tends to be the most involved person, the most stressed person within a business. Is that what you find as well? When you've worked with thousands of companies, you go out there, you see that business owner who's out there who, if they leave the business, man, tomorrow they get sick, it may not be a business anymore.
I'm going to tell you what I've seen is the magic recipe. I don't know if I should give this away for free. It's the magic recipe. The owner can take his reputation, his energy, and his spirit, and what he represents, and you can weave that into the framework of the business so that it lives inside the business without you physically being present. That's the magic. It's not just the operations. It's not just the profitability. It's having Patrick Carr as what he represents as part of the people's sort of mandate as they go about their daily business. They're proud of the product or service that they're working for. They're proud of what they represent more so than just the actual thing. There's like the ideology. You know, everyone has their own personality. That's why we have so many different options in America. You impart your personality and who you are into the business that you're building. What you don't want to do is be a slave to that physically. So that means you have to spend extra time in the beginning by documenting what it means to operate the way you want to operate, what it means to have a system of excellence, what it means to be able to engage your homeowners, like, because we're talking to contractors, what it means to be able to engage your homeowners in such a way that differentiates you from the guy literally who's going to be there an hour later giving another estimate. And so when that homeowner is talking amongst themselves, their husband and wife, you want to have a quote unquote system that has the embodiment of a spirit of a powerful owner. This, I'm telling you, is the hidden secret sauce. This is how people go, I want to choose Patrick Carr, or I want to choose Job Progress, or I want to choose Leap, because they feel something they don't feel elsewhere.
So one thing I want to add to that, in one way, I want to know your thoughts. You can't build that culture without a process and system in place, because then you have inconsistency. You get chaos with people taking things upon themselves. Very difficult to build culture if you don't have processes and systems in place first.
Almost impossible. Almost impossible to build culture without system. And not only that, but to have a team help themselves to create the system is the most powerful thing. You don't necessarily have to say, this is the way it's going to be and buy into it. You can say, this is the way we differentiate. This is who we are. What do you guys have to also include that so that you can make it your own? Now your team becomes part of the system because they help build it. Don't be afraid to engage your employees, either present or future, because they'll come up with ways to improve. And that's a healthy organization, you know. So that's true as well. So today's topic is really, how to sell.
So that's why I want to get back. I want to get back to that, because you do have to have the systems in place. You've got to be able to step away. But I want to talk about what can devalue, though, if you're looking to sell. Can you talk to me a little bit about what can actually devalue a company, whether it be as you're building it or as you're looking to sell that company? What should some people be either looking out for now or in the future?
So this you're not going to find in a book anywhere, but the main thing that will devalue your company is you. Your lack of knowledge, your lack of experience in selling anything that has any value at that level, your inhibitions and fears, your unwillingness to separate yourself from the business. And look at, guys, you might have built a $30 million a year company, Patrick, but you have zero experience selling a company. And me knowing that, I could take advantage of you 6 days till Sunday. No, literally, I'm telling you, it's almost like as if people make money. They're, what do they call those organisms that they devour other organisms? They're like amoebas or something, like bacteria or parasites. They will see a guy who is an amazing guy, and they'll say, this guy has built an amazing business. I want to buy it. They'll pump him up and run him through the mill. In 45 days, he'll think he's the weakest man on earth and sell his business for half of what it's really worth. And so you're probably your own worst enemy because of your lack of experience, to be quite honest. So I know that sucks to hear, but it's true.
But if that is the case, and somebody out there is thinking right now, okay, 5 years down the road, I know I want to get out of this thing right now. Let's just say that.
Yes, sir.
When do they really need to start thinking about selling this company? If it's not going to be right when they start, is it something they need to start formulating when?
Today. Yes, 5 years down the road, so today. So first off, I will say one thing. 5 years will go by like this. You're just going to blink. Patrick's going to have grayer hair, and so will I. Right?
It's coming in already.
My belly will be bigger, whatever the case may be. But the fact of the matter is this, that in 5 years, years 1 and 2, you're going to work on profitability, system, using different procedures and getting manuals and understanding the not duplicity, but the way your business operates in such a way that you can present it to somebody. That'll take a year to two. After 3 or 4, you're going to want to start to grow that in a way that shows scalability and dominant. And then by year 4, you're going to want to engage somebody to help you sell the business. And you're going to want to understand that attorneys and accountants at that point are going to be your best friends. Attorneys and accountants will help you, not people who sell businesses for a living, not brokers. They're only going to take away from you. They're going to say they're going to advocate for you, but it's not going to be true most of the time. But a great accountant and a great attorney, you're going to start there. And you're going to take them into a room and you're going to tell them what you plan to do. And they're going to advise you and you're going to pay them a couple $100. It'll be the best money you ever spent. And that's the way you start.
I want to ask 2 final questions here for you to wrap it up, okay? I know your time is valuable. I appreciate you taking your time here in Florida. Thank you. The appearance of your company, David, I wanted to ask you about this. We live in a world that is very social media driven. It's my business as I do.
Absolutely.
How important is the appearance, the look, the feel of the company? Has that become less important post-COVID in your opinion? Or is that just as important now as it ever has been?
It's more important now than ever.
Okay.
In my mind, the appearance of your company, the brand and the reputation have to be in harmony at all times. And it is of the utmost importance because you have younger individuals out there that have a lot of marketing savvy because they grew up in a generation that understand it, and they might not have business sense. They might not have operational experience, but they can make their business appear more attractive than yours. And guess what? Unless you can compete with somebody in parity, to be able to understand that, you're trying to sell your business for 10 million, but there's a guy 3 blocks away that looks just like your business and he's trying to sell it for 6. Why would I buy yours for 10? And so appearances, it's no longer the days where nothing matters, everything matters at every time, at every point. You can't just walk around in a, in a state of mind that, we do so well, we're so highly profitable, we don't have to worry about image, we don't have to worry about marketing, we don't have to worry about this or that. You have to worry about everything.
I couldn't agree with you more that social media gives us an opportunity to expose companies for what they are.
Yes.
It doesn't change your company, but exposes you very quickly into who you are. Now, my final question for you is something tangible for everyone watching here, okay? They're right now, you got an owner out there, David. They're like, okay, I know I should have been thinking about this. First step that individual can take with their business, with their people right now, they leave their office. What can they do to start moving themselves in more of a profitable direction to sell their company?
I think the first thing that I do is I take a pen and a blank piece of paper and I write down the words, I want to sell my business by, and put a date and then sign it. I believe in, and I've always done it in my life, just projecting myself on the world around me. And I will force myself to do things that I believe in. And one is selling a business. Like you have to actually internalize that I want to sell my business. I guarantee you that the next morning you wake up, you'll think of the paper, you'll think of what you wrote down, you'll think of it, and you'll start to say to yourself, oh shit, I've told myself I want to sell my business. What step did I take today? Then the next day, then the next day, and the next day. In order to make it real, it's going to take time, effort, and you've got to commit to yourself. That's step number 1.
I think there's so much here, folks, that is in this blog. If you get the opportunity to read it with JP's Tub Takes, volume number 5, selling your business, taking steps, taking action to make sure that when that time comes, you're prepared and you're not taken advantage of out there. So take that first step. If you're not aware of what your company is worth, if you don't have the processes and the systems in place, get them done. And if you don't know how to, get in touch with Job Progress. They'll put you in touch with great people who can help you to scale your business for sale.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, David.
Thanks
so much.
Appreciate
as always,
you.
buddy. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.